Today, and they hit the Pushkin. It's the metro station. It's a train station. Going to go to that. Don't really have a plan today. Just it was sunny. It's like 9 degrees. So we decided to go to Pushkin. Haven't been there in, I don't know, over 20 years, close to 25. Pushkin metro station. It's connected directly to the train station. Actually, I take that back. It's not this one. That's Baltiski. That's connected directly to the train station. This one, you have to come out a little bit. There's some park here. Central Dome is over there. And so here's the metro. And there is the train station. Probably there. Basically, it's there we go. Ticketing offices and electronic ones that I know that I already bought online. Not on my phone while we're on the metro. Look at this fantastic place. You know, I don't know if I've ever been in this train station. Maybe years ago. I think we went straight outside back then. Wow. Emperor Nicholas I. I just want to get in their back view of this amazing station. It's not in like disrepair, but it's a little. Looks like it'll probably. There's minor things, but still incredible. The lighting. It just continues. This is like. Was an outdoor area, now it's been covered. The whole thing, it's a little like this section. It's our lines and historically. That's cool. Seeing area. These coordinates. This is cool. A statue. Grand Anton from Russia. This is holding locomotive. How cool is that? Okay, let's head up to the trains now. It's like confused. There are no signs where the trains. They're just stairs, and you actually come up here to pick up the ground floor, up one floor to catch the trains, which is a bit unusual but cool. Look at this. Wow. 2 and 4 over there, and then it goes 6, and then it goes 5. So it's like even numbers over there and odd numbers over here. It's kind of unusual. Look at this amazing ironwork. It's really, really cool. There's the train. No, that's not it. Oh, that's the current time. Yeah, this is the right train. It's at 2:15, so we got 14 minutes. Local train. Today's actually May Day, which is like Labor Day. I'm back to check the inside actually. Find a toilet. This is the no tickets. Waiting area. It's more of the train station. We'll go over there. The place up on the GoPro is in New Zealand. Cherry trees, and everybody's taking pictures of it. There's some around Pushkin, so we'll see them when they can come. Still kind of an area blue. This is the main street in the city of Pushkin. This is the local administration building. You can see it's decorated for the 20th anniversary of the crusade, which is convenient. The street's all decorated up too. I think the next one. It's some interesting architecture. Small town, but it's very green. Of course, this was the town of the palaces and summer palace and things. We've seen bus service and everything. It's about 20 miles outside of St. Petersburg from the Vodka city. Park there, building here. Another park. Now that I came out from behind the building, big church. And here's a traditional shopping mall. A lot of Russian cities have these. It's got Steven today, which is like Trader's Guard. And then you're going to go back years and years. And of course, there's a Dodo pizza because in every Russian town in Bulgaria, pizza. So in the city are the famous summer palace, I believe was just here, and some things like that. I don't know if we'll go into the park today or not. Just kind of came just to get out and see a sunny day, and we haven't been out here for close to 25 years. So I definitely come out here just to walk around once in a while. And I don't think we're definitely not going to go into the palaces today, but we might go into the park and get some views of the palaces from the outside. Up ahead is, it's Catholic Park, Alexander Park, or they're connected or whatever. It's one of the parts of the palaces. We're going to have Borscht here on the left because it's 5.0. It looks like a pretty cool place. And if you like to park right outside, they have an advertising for yourself. You know, big pot of Borscht and yes. Definitely a very local place. This is like German style. It's very German style. It's Russian, but we all eat together. Pretty cool place. So, one of these came Singapore and mushroom. It's about $5. And different one right here. $2 and $3 basically for shots.
Ресторан, он вообще бизнесмен такой, он уже...
Okay, it's going to translate the menu. Course tomorrow. In the first one. And it says, how can we do a course today? 1 ruble for 1 gram. Course yesterday, 20% more expensive today. Asian course 1 ruble. Also this, part included in the vodka with you. Different places. The first one is good vodka. The second is very good vodka. The third one is excellent. No brand names, anything, just 100, 200 flavors of this. It's like $1. The main palace in the distance. Repairing. $4 entry fee. To the park area. The palace is now in the 28 palaces in the place. An idea how big park is. Green model. See all the way down at the end here. I don't know what that is. It just looks really cool. Seems really cool too. And take time. And you see them in millions. Right on the other side of the page. Two groups. You see a bunch of Chinese people here too. Getting a lot of Chinese tourists now that we get so many from here. Yeah, there are true parks. Catherine Park. Yeah, like them. You guys go back to that. That's so big park. It's huge. Yeah, take it up there. Well, I guess the separate parks are separate admission because they have the food blocked off. I want to go and see this thing over here. Got a really cool bridge there. Yeah, the zoom sucks, but you can zoom in or I can zoom in later in the editing. Triple barreled birch tree. Oh, I think I'm tree. I don't think it's birch. But it's, I don't know, never seen a birch do that in the bottom. Maybe that's what they do. Says we got kitchen ruins. This here, concert hall. The blue thing is the creaking summer hall. And the thing across the way is it says small place. Actually, that thing in the back there, it's not small caprice because there's two maps. It's a Chinese village in Alexander Park. This train has a set. There are like 5 different trunks. You walk down towards the lake. You can see that tree is huge trunk. It's got 2 monstrous. The only one that's got curled up branch there. That is good. There's another island. And there are no bridges. You need to take a boat. You can hear them there. You can end up over there. You know, we started out with that one. Walk down that way, walk on the lake. Come back around that side. And if anybody works for a GoPro listening to this, you know, the one thing a GoPro really needs is zoom. Maybe a second lens or mechanical zoom or something. Better than this, you know, maximum 1.4 it's got. And speaking of which, you know, I'm trying to expand the content here. I mean, there's a zillion people doing travel stuff, and I guess I have my own take on things. Maybe I'll just fusion all my content together. Fugitive stuff plus news plus whatever. I mean, I've got the short form down, but YouTube's a whole different thing. It's getting difficult. No matter what I do, YouTube does not seem to like most of my stuff. Meanwhile, TikTok and Instagram absolutely go bonkers for my stuff. So help me out. I also stopped doing highly produced videos because I can spend hours producing videos. Then they go nowhere. Then I just pick up a phone or a camera and talk, and they go viral. Get 1 million views on something stupid. So that's why I just focus on quantity. I mean, I try and produce a minimum quality, but you know, I have this GoPro. I've got a professional camera at home, but I usually don't carry it. I've got a studio set up, a whole bit. But TikTok seems to like just point and shoot. So open to ideas. Interesting piece of, I guess it's artwork. And I get it from something. That's a ship. It's just barely an island. I just like islands. Fascinating. It's a little town, some trees, rocks out. Barely an island. That over there is the Red Cascade. And we'll go all the way to Neva Blues. More baby islands. Came over to see the pyramid. Apparently, it's under repair. So if you're curious how they built the pyramids, take a look. It turns out Catherine Park, $4 again. Well, then the park's free. So, I mean, it's just $4. No worries, but it's free ration. The branches of this tree just all like funky and gnarled and twisted. Hello, ducks. Back off to Moscow on Tuesday. Be there until Saturday, so probably gonna go to the Victory Museum over there. Should have a surprise while I'm there too, but let's see what happens first. Let's make sure everything goes through. And then back to Moscow the next week, because I was in Moscow last week, and I was supposed to go to Tula, but that trip got canceled. That's okay. And then hopefully in June, I'll be doing some traveling and some covering in some Russian cities. And hopefully in late June I'll have something else, but I don't like to, you know, until things confirmed. Don't want to say I'm going to do something and not do it. But grateful for the sun. Although I do miss that weather of 2025. That was nice. But it's supposed to be 15 tomorrow. And hopefully it'll start getting warm again. But even this is pretty nice. I mean, it's a little chilly, but you know, I just have a rain jacket on. It's tolerable. And I don't know. I think I'm gonna start throwing some random thoughts out there. I see a lot of YouTubers do that kind of stuff, and I don't know. Don't get a lot of comments on my videos on YouTube. TikTok and Instagram, I mean, gosh, you know, the comments are all over the place. And the thing with YouTube too is I noticed not only my videos, but YouTube commenters tend to be mean, like wicked mean. I just don't get it. I don't get what possessed somebody to sit around and just make mean comments. I have on one of the platforms there's like 3 people that post like over 100 comments a day on my videos, and it's mean stuff, it's trolling stuff, and they're not bots, they're actually people, you can tell. But how much time do they have on their hands? Good gosh, I don't know. I don't get this stuff. There's a plane off. I don't know if you can see a plane. Must be taking off because it's going south. Polkavo's to the north of here. I guess in the summer you can go over the island. There's a little boat over there. Back and forth, I guess on the map there are some gray lines. Back and forth. It's hot. You can see it looks like actually I don't know if it's a pelican or eagle. It's pelican eagle. At the top, I think there's 2 seagulls sitting on the statue. And then the 3 things up and down, they look like ships. The Russian flags have those 2. So, yeah, 2 seagulls sitting on the eagle or whatever bird is up there. You know, look at the views. I'll start carrying my Sony professional camera around. Definitely be able to zoom in on that. But the GoPro is way more convenient for just walking and talking. Oh yeah, it's behind the trees now. Definitely not a pelican. Because of that angle, it looked like a pelican. I guess what I'm saying is, if you see a pelican, that'd be strange to see a Russian pelican in this area. And letting stuff. It's got something in its talent, so I'm guessing it's something to eagle. It's not a boat over there. It's a floating pier. But there's a boat over here. So yeah, guess you can go over there in the summer. And that's it. Hopefully I can call it too. We're slowly making our way back up there. There we go. There's a better view. But still, man, GoPro. This is a maximum zoom on the GoPro. Look at the GoPro. It has this 1.4 zoom. But basically, it starts off with a negative zoom. So 1.4 is like maybe 1 zoom. Gold domes over across there. That's where we came in the gate. There are multiple gates. That's what we do now. Another thing I noticed, I mean, it happens on all platforms, even mainstream news, but especially YouTube. The way a lot of people get money on YouTube is they basically just make videos telling people what they want to hear, even though it's utter bullcrap. Ukraine's winning, Russia's winning. You can find both of them. Just completely made up stuff. I'm absolutely not going to go down that route. Well, I'll do something a bit unique. That's what I want to do. Just talk about videos on that is interesting too. But I mean, I end up in a lot of places a lot of people typically don't go. I mean, well, I hear this is a fairly common place. Could do more things in St. Petersburg. Let's see, just a lot of the long form videos I've done. I don't know. YouTube is very different. Here, my hand, it's so different than TikTok or Instagram. Those baby islands right there. They're like, just get me as many islands as they can. See the duck? He's got a purple head. Oh, yeah, those are black. It's pretty nice. And this building's pretty old, but it looks like they repaired it. Looks like he factory works instead of handmade ones. I don't know. They're really preferred. Of course, it's weathered, but. Well, it says the facade was repaired in 1954, so Soviet times, and sometimes Soviet times, especially St. Petersburg, you know, they would repair it, but not authentically, because, especially during Stalin's time, Stalin hated St. Petersburg because it it stunk of imperialism, they said, and they wanted mosques to be a major city. So they underfunded St. Petersburg. So when I first moved here in the early 2000s, it was run down. It was so run down. But now Putin's from St. Petersburg, and he understands how important it is to the legacy of Russia. So he's making sure it's getting the money that it deserves. But in the Soviet times, yeah, it was neglected bad. And now it's an information center and cake and sweet cake. Let's see if there's two. Let's do it. It's up there. I'm getting that was actually really good. I think I'll keep it. Had to compete with somebody for it, but whole place. And they have maybe two salads and what's starters and quite decently priced actually. It's inside the park, so I think it's inside the park, but it's actually free to get inside the park after 7. But if you're coming after 7, you probably live here. So. Those baby pine cones. And then those trees all bloom up. There's benches so this is the one from Toronto. Let's look at the side. And then there's the main building we came in circle around. There's still one thing we didn't see. But it's a big place. Okay, let's take a walk up and what's inside here. Nothing. I don't know. That's what's inside. Yeah, I think I definitely gotta start walking into Sony sometimes. It's a good thing. Stuff to do with, I guess. It's kind of pain to pull in and out all the time. The GoPro, I can just shove in my pocket. Sure convenient. So I work in other content. I mean, if you made it this far, if you're new, I don't know, you might not know that I'm wanted by the FBI. So now I make videos like this and other things. So if you don't know more about that, you can check out. There's videos on my channel about it. So I gotta find a way to shoot all these things up. This is the bench for my green. Is it green? I love greenhouse and be surrounded by greens and things, but okay, who did that? Come on. Submerge that. So the building down there. It's Romanovs. Not the same one as here. Actually, pretty cool. Let's show you the Romanovs building. There's the entrance and exit. One of them. There's many of them. Okay, so we noticed there's some kind of exhibition in one of the buildings till 7. So we're headed back towards there. Now we're back at the top again. Exhibition as you get set out of here. Your favorite point or that that's it. Something wants to get into the legs onto it. So if you're under the bridge or across the bridge or what. When her legs got bad, they built this. Okay. Yeah, I found the exhibition. Look at this thing. Okay, note to self, stop the bridge, and I have changed the GoPro settings again, so you can get a look at this. It's the same one that's at one of the big theater in St. Petersburg. And I joked that all her weirdos surrounding her. I guess that's what you want to call it. So Victory Day is coming. So these are people who fought at the West Coast World War II, and some of them survived beyond it, and some of them didn't. And then the whole other stuff. This guy made it all in 2022, 100 years old. Well, I want to make it a top anyways. Because I'm seeing it through it. Okay, trying to get this man, so if you do that.
Я сняла, дверь закрыла, я... Вот, и светло, кстати, причем, да?
In the palace itself. It is huge. And you wouldn't have seen that 25 years ago when I was here. You would have seen English here, but not the Chinese. That's the best close-ups I'm going to get. The palace. Even I'm only trying to front this. And look looped around. Yeah, show you much. So I have been inside, but it was over 20 years ago. And things are in much better shape now. Before, the inside is in good shape. The outside is in repairs. Well, this park was not much shape was there. It's a fountain will be running soon. It started the one in St. Petersburg today. May 1st, Labor Day. It's also Fountain Day. So they start up on the fountains. So, both flowers. You go up there, you're heading to the Alexander Park, and then like stuff. And you go down, find something to eat. We were told the guy that owns the Borscht place owns a bunch of other places, including a Stolovaya, which I want to stop at, and he owns it too. So we're gonna stop there to walk back to the train station. Local artists.
Very nice.
That's it. Look at that. Pretty cool. Hundreds of years old mall. Still in use by modern shops. I'll give them on this coins. Well, that would definitely be illegal in the children's playground in the US. Maybe that too. So I think this is actually the Stolen Live Awards, and the guy that owns it is the guy that's footing music course. I'm definitely most agencies want to hear. So here's the kind of menu. It's telling you how often you should eat this and limit these associate hot dogs and things with hot dogs. I don't know. But anyways, it says like you should eat the salad 1 or 2 times a week. It's a limit of 100 times. Anyways. So normally when I pick out the decay at the end of here and do the whole decay and then you start. And we still have something else coming up for the film, I think. That's a big bowl of taco. Okay, so that sign was how many times a week they have it. And apparently they have their own farm or complex, and anyways, it's super fresh, super good. We walk back. Train station is a different route just for some variety. In the church. Toy dog convention. Here's the Moscow gates. Moscow gates are here.
Moscow streets.
That's where the street goes to. Headed back to the train station.
That's where you built the Vodka going.
I don't know. I don't get the news.
Got it?
No, go straight. Back at the train station, almost. We're back in St. Petersburg, so that's the end of that one.